Hi there, my name is Michael. Today I'm going to show you how to insert data into a table and also how you can get data from mockaroo and insert it into your table. Then we're going to work out some few bugs that you might have if you don't prepare your data properly. I'm going to show you some few issues you might have and how to solve them. Okay, let's go straight into it. The insert into statement is used to insert a new record in a table. Insert into syntax. It is possible to write the insert into a statement in two ways. Specify both the colon names and the value to be inserted. So that means we have to the colon names from the table has to be listed out, then the values that matches the columns have to be put into the value box and listed out too. And also you have to make sure it's the same data type that you're using. You're not mixing it up, or it has to follow the same arrangement. Okay, this is an example. So you know, we have 3 here colons and we have our 3 values here. They match 3 colons and 3 values. The number 2, it says if you are adding values for all the colons of the table, you do not need to specify the colon name in the SQL query. However, make sure the order of the value is in the same order as the colon in the table. Okay, so right here we have our insert into the table name, then our values. Then we have 3 values right here, which means in the table we only have 3 colons. Because if we have more than 3 colons and you're trying to just insert 3 values, you're going to have an error, so it's not going to work. Then we have this, and it says the following SQL statement will insert a new record, but only insert data in the customer name, city, and country. So this was specifying where we want to insert data. So this table could have more than this amount of colons, but these are the colons that we want to insert data into for now. So this is we have customer ID, customer name, contact name, and address. But if we just want to put data into year and right here into the contact name and customer ID, these are the columns we're going to pick out and the values that matches it, and it will work. But okay, now we look at here. This is an example of a table. So right here we have a customer ID and customer name. If these are the 2 columns we want to insert data in, these are the 2 columns we're going to pick and values that matches it. But if we pick these 2 columns and the amount of data, the values we want to insert in exceeds these 2, it's not going to work. You're going to have an error. Okay, let's go straight into it. Like right now I've opened my SQL Shell. The first thing it's going to show me is server localhost. So I'm just going to press enter. If I was going to connect to a outside external database on the internet, I will probably have all the information. That's what I'm going to put into database, the server, or if the port number. But since this is done on my system, I don't need to put all that. The only thing I need to put is my password, which I've already created when I downloaded Postgres and installed it. The password is case sensitive because it's all small letter that I used, so it has to be small letter when I'm typing it again. and you can't see it, so you have to know it, or you have to make it short so that it's easy to remember it. Right now I'm gonna to show you the list of database that I've created already. So backslash slash L. Okay, so now I want to create a table called person. So I'm going to start with the capital letter using for the keywords like create and table. Those are going to be in capital letter, and the others in small letters. So create table, then the name of the table, we'll make it small letter. Person, then open the bracket, then press enter. Okay, then we'll put in the colons. So go with our ID, then big serial, so that I can automatically update. The number will be adding like 1, 2, incrementing. So big serial, then the data type, no, then we have not null, have in capital letter, then primary key, to make sure that's well spelled, primary key. Okay, then comma, enter, first name underscore. You can't leave space for the colon names. It has to be either connected or like just put them together. But so that it's readable, we're going to use an underscore instead of just leaving them together without any space. First name, then as the data type, then the amount of text that can be in it. Let me just leave that 20 for first name, then not long, then comma. So the not null means that the first name you can't leave it blank. If it is blank, you won't be able to save it. Then last name, and data type. I'll leave that 20. Then we'll add not null. Then email, 30. Then I won't put any restriction on it, no, or not null. That's in case if the person does not have an email address. Well, most people might have email addresses, but let's just leave it like that. Then put our comma. Space. Then date of birth. Okay, of birth.
So basically, if you make any mistake, you have to probably start all over again. So I do advise you, before you press the enter, check and make sure your spelling is correct and you put your proper data types are well. Your data types are okay, you have the right amount of data type. And if you want to put constriction on, make sure you already check it and make sure, okay, I want this on it, and put it. If not, if you make trying to make any correction, though you can make correction later on by using the alter to alter the table. You can maybe change the data type, but if you maybe make a spelling, if you make a mistake, some mistakes you have to start all over again. Okay, so let's see amount. Okay, this is a date, so I'm gonna have date here. Yep, I almost made a mistake there. It's a date, so I don't need a voucher. And it's a date data type. And let's then country of birth. Making a mistake, let's still go back there on this particular line. You see that white thing moving? Yeah, we can make correction now, but once you press in the enter, you can't make any other correction. So little bit, let's make voucher. Okay, closing colon, then a semicolon at the back to signify the end. So well, our ID, first name, last name, email, date of birth, country, another one. Okay, like gender, I need to add a gender. Like, do that now. Gender, and the amount of text in it, 7. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Then close it. Then semicolon signify the end. So once I press enter, table will be created. So one last look to see everything is correct. Looks good. Then enter. Yes, table created. That's done. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to insert data into this table we created. So let's view the table /d, then the table name. We can do it without the table name also, but I want to put the table name so that I can have more information on it. Enter, and that's it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to insert data into this. Let's make it fast. To start with insert.
Okay, firstly, I'm in the database test. This is you're now connected to database test. Then I'm in table connected star from persons as the name of the table. So right now I'm about to insert data into the table I just created. Right now you can see it has 0 rows. Now I'm about to insert the data So we have insert into the table name, then the colon, first name, last name, the gender, email, birth of birth, country of birth. Now this colon needs to align with the colon of the table itself. So I have first name, last name, and gender, the same thing as what I have here. Then the values, both, that's the first and the last name, then gender, then the email, then the date of birth, then the country of birth. So I'm gonna run it now, and that's it. One data has been inserted. So I can do it again. And maybe I'll just change the name. So I'll change Mark to John. Then the name, I'll remove that. Then the gender, the change to male. Then the email, I'll change it to John. Then remove this. Then change the year of birth. Then change the month. Okay, that should be good. Then I'll run it again, and it's in again. Okay, let's move on. Okay, right now I want to we I start data into a table. So what insert into, then the table name, then I have the value. I don't have the column names again, just the values, and I did not indicate for the ID, so I have a feeling that might give me an error because I only have first name and last name, then everything else after that, but I don't have the ID. When I inserted the first data, it did not ask me for an ID because automatically it generated it. So I'm gonna try it again. I'm not going to put any value for the ID, which I did not put the first time. Let's try it. Yep. See, so it gave me an error. That's because of it gave me an error because I didn't put a value for the ID. Okay, so basically I'm going to have to put a value for the ID. So let me just come over here and add 2. Then I'm going to run it. All except duplicates because I've already things from here. Okay, then come to the email. Okay, so I think it's okay. Oh yeah, cause number 2 already exists. So I have to change it again. 3. So this is happening because I didn't specify the columns that I want to insert the data into. If you're trying to insert the data, I'm doing it from here. Okay, so if you're trying to insert data the way I'm trying to do it right here, I'll need to write out the value for a complete colon, all the columns, not just some. I have to write out the value for all of them. But in the first, it is up here, right here. I indicated all the columns that I want to insert the data in, then the values, and it matches, so it just entered in the data without any issue. But in